Tanya, could you give us a couple of lines on what monotropic split is, please?
Yeah, so monotropic split is something that I came up with in my picture head that I thought everybody knew existed, but it turns out doesn't. So monotropic split for me is, as an autistic monotropic person, when you are trying to manage lots of different competing attention tunnels and you are exceeding your attentional resources or your energy reserves. So it can cause things like burnout, shutdown, overload. And if you are sustainably living in that kind of state where you're exceeding your attentional resources by trying to pull out and refocus, etc., it can lead to kind of long-term burnout problems as well. So for me, monotropic split is trying to exist in a polytropic world when your brain is just not made that way. I mean, the easiest example would be, as we're talking about parenting, would be autistic children in a school. So you are managing, flitting, listening to instructions from the teacher, somebody moving behind you in the class. We are flitting from one subject to the next every hour. We are moving around. We are managing all the different sensory stuff. So yeah, and like Ortborg has just said, parenting really does stretch your attentional resources because it is a constant attention stream that you are plugged into those young people.
And this is really the key part, isn't it, with monotropic split, is that, yeah, okay, we might be simultaneously focused on two things, but we can't sort of divide our attention equally, so our brain tries to focus on them both with the same intensity.
Yeah, so actually it's that inertia. So you are always intensely focused on things. So you're going in and pulling out and going in and pulling out and trying to flip your attention in the same way that a polytropic person would. But because you've got so much more energy into it, pulling it out, I suppose it's a name for a very specific type of cognitive or attentional trauma, really, that autistic people experience.
And we could spend forever going over keywords here, but for the record, polytropic people, for all intents and purposes here, we're talking about people who can perform neurotypicality.